Welcome everyone, this is Piney Needles, and today I'm starting a new series, Yonder in the Shire, where we will head into the Yonder Shire, and it looks like we are going to be greeted by someone very familiar. Hello there, Bingo.
Might I have a word with you?
Ah, hello there, Pine Seed. This is a pleasant surprise. I am on my way to Yondershire to welcome my cousin Priska's daughter Angelica in her new home. She's not in her tweens anymore, you see, and has purchased a home in Nobottle. They grow up so fast, don't they? Briska and her other children are planning a housewarming party for Angelica, and I'm certain you would be welcome as well. Some of Priska's brood made the trip a few days ago. They indeed intended to find a suitable present to give to their sister. Perhaps don't tell Priska that I said that. She dislikes it when I refer to her children as a brood. She broods on it, you know. Oh, well, I should remember to write that down. Anyway, if you're in a festive mood of sorts, I'm supposed to meet up with my cousins in the center of Tiffield. It's to the northwest of here, in Yondershire. All right, well, that's to meet up with Camilla Boffin and her siblings in Tiffield, but I think that we need to actually head to Nobottle first, which is along that way, because I think that's where everything starts. Now, if I remember correctly, that's going to lead to Evendom eventually, and that's going to lead us to Nobottle. Nobottle seems to be right off the water, as you will find with many Shire villages. New deed, sites of Yondershire, Nobottle. Now let's see what we could find in here. Ah, Lobelia Sackville-Baggins has some nerve. Her party is becoming a right proper nuisance. A nosy hobbit. So we've got nosy hobbits here, as we have in the rest of the Shire. And we also have some of Lotho's bounders. Believe me, I've been might busy lately keeping the bounds. Oh, Lotho, what are you up to now? I guess we are going to find out in this series what Lotho is about. This is a level 20-ish zone. Let's see. Here we are with Salga Greengrass, a bounder. Is she a Lotho bounder or is she a regular bounder?
Could I take a moment of your time?
Welcome to the village of Nobottle. I am Saga Greengrass of the Yonder Watch. We here in Nobottle welcome both friends and strangers alike, despite what you may have been told. Farmers, brewers, writers, and all sorts of folk reside here in Nobottle. You have brewers but no bottles? Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? And we are proud of them all. We even have some guests at the moment, such as that Fredegar Bolger, a hobbit from away, on whom I have been keeping my eye. Perhaps you can do the same? While you are here, I recommend exploring our lively village and seeing the sights, the village center, No Bottle Farm, and the Fox and Fiddle, the finest tavern in all of Yondershire. When you're done, feel free to make the journey to the village of Longcleave. Once there, you can meet with Rosa, the newest Reeve. She took over for her mother, you see, who was Reeve before. Ah, do not let me talk your ear off and get on to the sightseeing. All right. Well, then, so we need to visit the Fox and Fiddle, the No Bottles Village Center, find Fredegar Bolger, and visit the No Bottle Farm. All right. Yeah, what's Fredegar Bolger doing in the area here? Okay, so what do we need to do? Oh, yes, the first thing that we are going to be needing to do is to village center is cozy and bustling. All right, and I guess we're going to need, well, I certainly don't want to be milestoning back to the Prancing Pony at this time. And what do we have here? Hey, stable master, good.
Hello there.
Hello there. We've got a stable to rocking borings, swift travel even. Nickel delving with swift travel. To needle hole with swift travel. This place has, yes, plenty of swift travel all throughout here. It looks like I didn't go to too many places in the Shire. I think it's probably because Hobbiton, I only had the slow travel route opened up, so swift travel is not going to take me there. I'm going to probably should have opened up a few more spots in the Shire at some point, but at least I can get the nickel delving, and that would be good. Now, where were we? Oh yes, I have a quest ring over here, and we can't ignore quest rings, right? I mean, that's what we're here for. Quest rings! Ah, here we are. This, I believe, is the Fox and Fiddle. Quite a quite an inn. It attracts a good number of people, even on the outside. And it looks like there are many people even on the inside. There we go. Ah, we have here Hubo Clayhanger.
Stay and have some tea.
Why, hello there. I have not seen you before, which can only mean one thing. You don't live in this village. I knew it. Yes, I may spend most of my time right here in the Fox and Fiddle, but I have found that news has a way of collecting in taverns better than anywhere else. What brings you to Nobottle? An adventurer, you say? Ooh, I'm something of an adventurer myself. Really? Yes, you simply must come back to my home. You can view my collection of books and regale me with the stories of your most interesting and exciting adventures. I think there'd be an advantage doing this on a higher level character who really has a long list of adventures. He's at 20, like, how many adventures have I had at level 23 compared to what we have here? So here we are with, right, there's the bar. All over the place. Yes, this is really, it's a large tavern that we have over here. So the taverns here in Yonder Shire tend to be very large and very populated. Looks like the other two sites are in opposite directions. So let's head this way first to check up on what Fatty Bolger is up to. I'm sure that he's had quite an adventure in his time. And, the young hobbit speaks to a crowd of admirers. Alright, and this is Fredegar Bolger? It appears that Fredegar's lost a little bit of weight since last I saw him. He must have been really scared by incidents.
Could I take a moment of your time?
The young hobbit speaks to a small crowd that gathers around him. What, for his weight loss program? And they say the bounders protect the bounds? Why is that? That is because everything within the bounds is our home. We're hobbits, are we not? We will decide where the bounds are and where the bounds are not. The young hobbits turn his attention to you. Oh, you there! You look like you could use some more convincing. Speak to the hobbits gathered around. They will tell you that I speak only the truth. Let's see. They say the bounders protect the bounds. Why is that? Because everything within the bounds is our home. Okay, seems to be some circular reasoning in there, but alright, I will go with that.
A lovely day, isn't it?
I don't have proof, but I think some of the stone walls that mark the old bounds are being moved. One day, the old wall was intact, and the next, why, it was missing a stone or two. Someone is up to something. Alright, someone is up to something. What do you say?
Hello there.
He is such a good storyteller. I could listen to him talk about the bounds all day. Oh, did you know the bounds of the Shire used to be different from what they currently are? I have seen the maps. Yes, Hugo Clayhanger has a book containing such maps in his collection. Now, what was the name of the author? It's someone familiar. I can't remember. Why? What, what was it? Was it one of Bilbo's books or something? I don't know. Well, right here is number 3.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Fredegar speaks the truth. I have seen a ruffian or two cross the bounds in southern Yondershire. We have got to do something. Maybe all those black riders and stuff like that we're chasing before? And what about this guy?
Good day.
Fredegar is worried about Yondershire, and I believe him. We live a peaceful life, but lately I've seen more and more troublemakers about. Probably has to do with Lotho's people, but that's another matter. Well, what do you say about that?
Hello there.
Now that we have spoken these fine hobbits, you must see that I speak the truth. My name is Fredegar, and I have but one concern, the state of the bounds. Boy, he has certainly changed a bit, I think, from his old nickname. I would have thought his main concern was eating. There has been something upsetting going on in the Shire. I can't say more than that, but you will have to take my word for it. There are frightening folk about, and the less said about that, the better. But I have also seen a number of ruffians moving about, and we can surely do something about that. Can I ask you to persuade some ruffians to turn tail and return to their homes outside the Shire? I know they have taken up residence in the ruins of Ostlagroth to the north, but you might also find them prowling about elsewhere in the Yondershire. Alright, so I need to defeat ruffians in the Yondershire. Our first combat quest here. Alright, well, we'll see if we actually have an opportunity to find those ruffians. But I think I have one more place to go in our tour. Plus, we need to go to Hugo Clayhanger's house. In case you're wondering where the Yonder Shire is located, it is located to the northwest of Needlehole. So you just exit Needlehole to the location where it used to zone you into Eredluine. It has another border on the west side in Eredluine, so it now connects those two areas. It connects to Evendim, as I mentioned when I was exiting Needlehole, and there is also a connection to Little Delving, though that might be Little Delving up, well, past the village. Maybe Little Delving is on the other side. Well, let us go inside and think about that. Books fill most of the room in Hugo Clayhanger's home. Okay. Come in, come in. Make yourself at home while I finish preparing some tea for us. Alright. And we can see that he has quite a library here. He's got more books than the Tuckborough Library. And see what we've got here. We've got a book here. High Stalks, The History of Pipeweed by Ludo Grubb. This book would be a fine read for anyone looking to grow pipeweed. Right? And here's another book. The Perfect Sward, How to Tend Your Yard by Hamfast Gamgee. This old book appears to be a guide to gardening for beginners. Alright. Okay, that's 2 books. Here's book number 3. A Bounder's Life for Me by Banderbus Took. This book is an old chronicle of Bounder tales, apparently written by Bolger himself. Okay. let's see. What do we got? Do we have any books out here that are worth checking? Books are scattered all over the place. It's finding out which ones are the interesting ones. Alright, let's see, do we have... How do you oh, hold on. Oh, that's right, there are quest rings for them. Alright, well, I guess that's good. Oh, that's right, NPC-like. Yes. They are treated as NPCs. Oh, The Wonders of Wellstones by Hugo Clayhanger. This book seems to have been started some time ago, but it remains unfinished. Alright, and that leaves one more that's over here, and... Oh. Alright, two of them right next to each other, I guess. Can I open the book? Open the book? Open the book? Oh, I was trying to read the old book there. This is the book I need to read. Out of the Bounds, Maps of the Shire Proper and the Shire by Bolger. This book contains many maps of the Shire with boundary markings and other annotations. Okay, so that's what Bolger has been up to then. Very well. Now, said something about tea? A cup of tea. Tea's ready. Yes. There you go.
How do you do?
Oh, you found my book. Yes, it's true. I am writing a book about the history of the Wellstones. They are ruins found in the Shire. Some call the ruins Bar Faroth. Have you visited them? No, I haven't. Just got...
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
I must confess something to you, friend. This feels silly of me to say to someone who has adventured far and wide, but I have never actually been to the Wellstones. I have been writing mainly about the accounts of others who have seen them. You see, I have not actually set foot outside of Nobottle in my entire life. My mother took a trip to the Shire proper a few months before I was born, but I don't believe that counts. No, not if you were still inside her, yes. And so my book remains incomplete. I need more information. I need an eyewitness account. Can you go to the Wellstones and look for any relics you might find? I will also make use of any etchings that you can provide. That will be the most helpful. Remember, the ruins in question go by two names. So you are looking for either the Wellstones or Bar Faroth. So I need to travel to Bar Faroth in the Yonder Shire. Alright, so now we're starting to get some quests that are going out there. But I still have to check out the farm. I believe that the farm is out in this direction. We'll find out what they're up to here. We've got one of Lotho's bounders here, and we've got shrews. Yeah. You know you're in the Shire when you run into shrews. This farm primarily grows barley for Nobottle's famous brew. What do they put the brew in if they don't have any bottles? Well, I guess we'll have to find out. Hello there.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Bloda Hop Blossom. Yeah, definitely brewers. Hello there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be the sort who enjoys a good brew. You're in good company here, friend. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever fancied brewing up a good beer yourself? I find if you engage in the process, you'll have a greater appreciation for every bottle that you enjoy. And wouldn't that be quite a nice reward? I will be happy to teach you the way of it, for I am Bloda Hot Blossom, the head brewmaster of Nobottle, and mine is the finest beer in the West Farthing. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Yes, this may be one of the younger settlements in the Shire, as things are reckoned, but Nobottle is still centuries old by now, plenty of time for us to master brewing. Now, listen to the many steps of brewing a beer to which you can be proud. Alright, you expect me to brew a bottle of beer. Alright, from field to pint. Alright, so I need to first collect barley. Boy, you are definitely taking us from the beginning. At least she's not asking us to plant the barley and come back 6 months later. I mean, that would have been even a longer quest. Of course, this is Lotro, where growing a bunch of barley is a much faster process than it would be in the real world. Well, let's collect some barley. Just a little bit more, and we shall have enough. Now, what do we need to do next? Oh, of course, we need to malt the barley. We have a place to malt barley, don't we? Oh, here we are. Let's malt the barley. Good. Now we need to mash the barley. Right, you have anything to mash barley with? Of course they do. This is a brewery. Ah, here we go. One mashing pot. Good, mash the barley. Now we need to boil the brew. Okay. Boil the brew. They couldn't put all the components nice and conveniently near each other, right? Ah! They put the boiling pot right next to the wooden frame of a house? I don't know about that. Just saying. Alright, now let's ferment the brew. Now that's going to take more than a couple of seconds. Of course, I think all these steps take more than a few seconds. Collect empty bottles from the farm and from the Fox and Field Inn. Alright, so... Oh, they do have bottles. So, who named this place Nobottle then? I guess it must have been when they first named it, and someone decided they had to make up for the lack of them. Whatever. I suppose I'll need to collect a few more bottles. I would think that this place could use a glass blower on top of everything else they have relating to brewing. Maybe they get their glass from dwelling. So I suppose that if you are doing this at level, you haven't been to dwelling yet, since dwelling's about level 31, 32 or something like that. But this place does connect to Evendem, to Oakbarton, so yes, I'd say maybe reasonably close to dwelling. Let's go back to the farm and fill the bottles. I wonder if the Shire has a bottle deposit program. Let's gather up the beer. Number 3. And number 4. There. Now, I think we are all done. Here's the beer.
Good day.
Now, that's a beer with which you can be proud. Delightful! Note the sense of accomplishment you now feel, and let it buoy your steps as you walk around Yonder Shire. Well, I I don't know how much it'll buoy my steps or not, but alright. You have some walking to do, my friend, because you can't keep this brew all to yourself. You need to get it into the hands of our patrons. Visit every drinking establishment in Yonder Shire and bring the brew to our waiting customers. You get to see a lot of happy faces as you make these deliveries. So I need to make a delivery to the Brimful Quiver, the Roaring Bull, the Fox and Fiddle, and the Elbows Bend, and receive a token of gratitude from each of the tavern keepers. So, since we are in Nobottle, I guess we will be going to first the Fox and Fiddle. I've finally taken a nice look at the sign here. That's a really interesting sign. Obviously, a fiddling fox. And in case you haven't noticed it yet, this area is going to be full of hobbit quests because it's full of hobbits. It's in a part of the Shire. So, yes, plenty of hobbit quests all around. As these two sisters, they seem to be in sync with each other as they drink their beer. Hello. Welcome to the Fox and Fiddle. What can I do for you? Oh, I am to deliver some beer to you. That's what I'm supposed to be doing.
How do you do?
Hello, I'm the Sea Brewmaster. Bloda Hot Blossom has put you to work. It's been a while since she's had to make a delivery herself. Have a drink before you leave. No sense corrupting a bunch and not having a taste of it. Alright. So, here we are. Oh. There we go. A token of gratitude. Bottoms up. Ah. Whee. Feels heady. Well, that concludes our little trip to Nobottle, and next time we are going to head over to Longcleave in the next episode as we wander through the Shire.